everyone, welcome to Follow the Winklers channel. In this video, I will talk about top health and wellness trends from California. I've recently visited South California Wellness Summit, and here is my takeaways from this conference. Number one, be your own advocate and own your journey in terms of health and wellness. Some doctors talked about the fact that many people suffer from fatigue and then they go to see a doctor for an annual checkup, let's say, and actually the doctor said that the lab analysis is good. Dig deeper, go to see a nutritionist, search for a sleep specialist. Maybe you need the consultation of a mental health specialist. So be your own advocate and also start reading the labels. Start reading the labels of cosmetic you use, grocery products you buy. Is it good for you? Maybe this is the reason why you feel actually not great. Takeaway number two from this conference is that unfortunately many diseases become younger and younger. Now, the risk of the colon cancer in Americans is rising considerably. Like in people under 50 years old, it's rising 1% every year, which is a big number. Women start to suffer from hormonal changes earlier than before. Hormonal changes, infertility, perimenopause, a lot of other new symptoms which were not registered in many women under 40 years old. So what can be done? Do regular checkups like general annual checkup. Know some standards in your country about checkup of a particular, diseases and symptoms. For instance, in America, the mammogram is advised right now every year, starting from 40 years old. A women exam, for instance, every 3 to 5 years. Know the family story of the diseases in your family, and if you know there is a risk, follow up on that regularly. Take care about that. Pay attention to the lifestyle, which we will talk about later. Takeaway number 3 from this conference, which I marked for myself as kind of like a perimenopause, is a new, state of many women these days. It's kind of an early menopause, which didn't happen before. So now women about 35/45 years old start to have some symptoms of fatigue, brain fog, hormonal changes, the mood swings, and this is called a perimenopause. Clearly the trend is that, this is out, this has been discussed. You've probably seen Drew Barrymore as kind of ambassador of the menopause situation, who talks a lot about it on her social media, in different advertisements. So tips here is, again, to focus on your gut health. Gut health is a big issue right now in America. Many people suffer from gut problems, even though most of the good bacteria, which influences our brain and our hormonal system, actually sits in the gut. So this is very important. Advice for women in this perimenopause state is actually to add a lot of fiber to their diet. Make sure they have around 35 to 45 grams of fiber in their diet every day, mostly consistent of like green vegetable, cabbages, the cauliflower, the spinach, so something of the green color. So the challenge of the gut health is that if it's not in a good shape, then it influences the liver not in a good way, it influences the hormones not a good way, and then we start to have these hormones like estrogen going up and down in between 35 and 45 years old. Lifestyle changes like better sleep, less stress, limiting the amount of things to do if you understand you're overwhelmed and you're close to being burned out is a big thing. And the good news for us women who might potentially get into this stage is that the beauty industry, the health industry is definitely focusing on this condition right now. I've seen a number of very interesting brands being present at this conference, and it's always a great pleasure actually to be there because you can see the founders of these brands themselves. You can hear the story, how they came up with the idea of this brand. So this is always very, very inspiring. So I'd like to show a few products from the brand called Menolabs, because I think that's very inspiring that they especially target these women in perimenopause and menopause condition. They have fiber supplement, which will also help you to improve your mood, which is very interesting to try. They have this probiotic, especially focused on the women. They have a number of other products which you can check out on their website, like collagen and other supplements and minerals. I will put all the links to these products in the description of this video so that you can easily find it and check it out yourself. So trend number 4 is for sure clean beauty, kind of a low tox cosmetics, beauty things on the market. Clean beauty is actually the most growing segment of the beauty market right now, so it's very inspiring. I saw some cool business owners of some clean beauty brands, and usually there's a small brands founded by women. Again, it was very interesting to hear the story of the brands being built, because usually women had to tackle some issue in their health, like big allergies starting, or the allergy of their kids toward sun care, and then they came up with the idea of a clean brand themselves. So that was very, very interesting to hear. So there are some good and bad news about the clean beauty products. The bad news for me was that it turned out the American market of the clean beauty segment is very poorly regulated right now compared to European Union or, for instance, Canada. So a lot of products which you will find right now in Europe or Canada will be actually more clean than the one in the US, where you can kind of put maybe one clean ingredient in the brand and already call it a clean beauty. But the industry is working in that direction, and it turned out that many founders who actually work on their clean beauty brands in America, they tried to formulate and to test their products according to European standards. That was very interesting to hear, and I didn't expect that. So the advice from the conference specialists regarding how to navigate this complicated beauty segment is actually to read labels, to check the ingredients. There are some apps, clean beauty apps, which can help you to read the label on the cosmetic brand and to understand whether it's really clean or not so much, as well as to search for some specialties like eco-friendly, vegan-friendly, cruelty-friendly, allergy tested. This will also help you to understand, whether this is good for you, and then for sure to test, to try, make sure you have no allergy. So a few brands I also wanted to showcase in this clean beauty section in my video is, for instance, this new brand Solara sun care. I saw a woman in real time, who created this brand, and she created because her kids were suffering from allergy from all the sunscreens on the market. So this is like a clean, beauty sunscreen. I'll put a link also under my video, check it out. And then a new brand which I came around, which I saw in the shop but somehow never tested before, Saje Cosmetic. It's a Canadian brand which is very well present on American market, and I hope in other countries too. It has a lot of aroma oils. It's very natural. This is, for instance, Aroma Fairy mist, a spray for a good sleep for kids, which I actually use myself. I started to use it and it's awesome. And I got at this conference this little cute set which is called the Pharmacy, the Pocket Pharmacy, and it has a bunch of cool rollers full of aroma oils against headache, against stress. If you have some discomfort in your belly, it's great. It's natural. It's the real clean beauty. So let's move to the next trend, which is family meals. What can we do in terms of our family meals to make sure all family eats well, our kids like good food? As a parents here, like we do role modeling in other parts of our life, here we need to do food modeling. Let's take, if you go to a farmer's market, and the advice is for sure to go at least a few times per month to a farmer's market for better groceries. Take your kids with you so that they can see the real product, that they can help you to choose. Bring your kids to cooking with you. Yeah, not just put them at the table when the food is ready, but use them during cooking, get them inspired by the cooking, allow them to do the smoothie themselves. Smoothie is a great way to introduce some vegetables and fruits to kids which would otherwise probably not eat it. Besides cooking, the challenge is just to learn and kind of to remember how to sit at the table slowly for some time, enjoying the meal. And some experts at this conference were saying that they have a rule of 20 minutes at the table, meaning the kids need to sit at least 20 minutes at the table, eating, enjoying food and conversation. And they should be also 20 minutes without devices. So there should be no phones at the table, which I find like a great rule. Trend number 6, for sure, physical activity, movement. Health and wellness is like a table with like different legs. And these legs can include sleep, stress management, good nutrition, and for sure physical activity. Like without this leg called physical activity, motion, sport, whatever you call it, you just cannot be healthy. You cannot feel good. 11 minutes of walking per day already lowers the risk of very general diseases by 25%. Isn't that crazy? And well, the good and bad news here is that, for instance, even though I like walking very much and I have enough of cardio activity, but the strength physical exercises is also very advisable, especially for women after 40, because we need good bones, we need strength. And the statistic says that half of the women over 50 years old will fall and break their hip. Yeah, so that sounds very sad. That's why we should do more strength exercise. So the great quote I liked from one of the women at the conference was, movement is medicine, but motion is lotion. That sounds so good. Trend number 7 is sleep. Sleep hygiene, sleep routine, focus on the good sleep. So like with the physical activity, without good sleep, just nothing will work. You know, you will not be able to figure out your issues if sleep is not managed. Nutrition first, sleep second. The sleep from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is especially beneficial because it recharges our system, it recharges our batteries, and we can only restore all our strength during sleep. There is no other way. Turn off your screens at least better 2 hours before sleep. Have a sleeping routine, like maybe a sleeping bath, reading a book, maybe meditating, and use those little things, you know, search for them, which can improve the quality of your sleep, like the Saje spray, which I've shown before. There was another brand on this conference called For Truffle, and they have this beautiful lavender infused pillow Saje, which looks like a little, you know, sachet, which smells wonderfully like pure lavender. You put it under your pillow or in your pillow, and then, you know, you sleep better, you sleep in a calmer way. You should do everything possible to improve the quality of your sleep. The last trend, number 8, is for sure mental health. How can we stay aware, normal, cheerful, balanced in this very crazy world? The trends here in mental health for sure are not so great. So many people suffer from anxiety, from loneliness, from burnout, from depression. So what to do and how to survive? Many mental health specialists at this conference talked about the importance of spending the 15 minutes in your morning kind of outside, going out for a little walk, breathing, just being outside for a little sun, for a little air, and maybe in the evening or during the day spending at least 15 minutes also for yourself, just sitting, just thinking, just meditating. Meditation keeps being a very popular way of balancing your mental health. There are apps which can be used like Calm or Headspace. Some mental health professionals which work with professional athletes talked about the fact that almost all of the professional athletes meditate. We should teach our kids to meditate, so that's all works, and that's all very good. Social media, absolutely no. Social media drives us crazy, disturbs us. This makes us anxious. Even the phone which sits on the table when we eat already makes us anxious because there are some messages coming in, something pops up. We just get distracted all the time. We should not mix up, you know, the consumption of the information on the social media with rest. Like when we consume all those social media feed, all those posts, all those cool reels and shorts, we're not resting, all right? We're comparing ourselves. The comparison drives us crazy. So this is not rest. Rest is something else. Multitasking is not trendy anymore, okay? So the professional experts say you can do many things, but not at the same time. Multitasking actually like explodes your brain and you just become less efficient. So instead of multitasking, the new strategy should be less is more. You know, try to do less things. If it's too much for you, you know, do less, set priorities, navigate your timing schedule. Don't even try to do everything at the same time. This will drive you crazy, and this is a guaranteed way to grow anxiety. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you really found my video useful. I think there are some great takeaways from this conference which I visited. I'm kind of just looking forward to visiting another year conference already. This is always such an inspiration. So many good thoughts, so many nice, amazing women to see, so many good business ideas. I hope you will check out the list of these new products which are appearing on the market in California and the US here in the description to my video. Let me know what you found especially interesting for you. And I'll see you in another video in a week. Thank you. Bye-bye.